Welcome to Dingers and Dashers. My name is Josh alongside my co-host Adam. It's a great day to talk all things baseball. Adam, let's get right into it. Whoa, were we blown away this week? More specifically today, Pete Alonso is going to be an Oriole for the next 5 years.
Yeah, Josh, big news. Go check out our Instagram, YouTube channels. Just posted a video of me reacting to it. The breaking news today that just came out. Pete Alonso signs a 5-year, $155 million contract. What's going on with the Mets? Mets fans.
It's it makes me smile to say it, but it's a tough week to be a Mets fan. They also lost Edwin Diaz, who went to the Dodgers on a 3-year, $69 million deal. I mean, Adam, where's the money coming from? Come on. But the Mets just lost their franchise first baseman and their all-time closer. I mean, it's a really bad week to be in Queens.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days for those Mets fans. Yeah, I saw this video on Instagram. I was like, if you see a Mets fan out there, go give him a hug. We're Nats fans. Low key, I would give a Mets fan a hug today. It's been that rough a couple of days. I would give a Mets fan a hug. I know a couple at school. I know a couple in the area. I probably still won't give him a hug, but I'd be more inclined to with what just happened with the Mets.
Yeah, I don't think I could bring myself to ever hug a Mets fan, but this is the closest I've ever felt because, whew, I mean,
Actually, when they didn't make the playoffs last year, that was pretty close.
Yeah, ever since the first half of last season, it's been a bad time to be a Mets fan. I mean, I guess we can kind of relate, right? Jose Ferrer, Edwin Diaz, there's some parallels there. The Nats lost their closer. Yeah, it's probably not really a comparison that one would make, but let's talk about the return that we got for Jose Ferrer. Harry Ford coming over to the Nats, and this is a catcher with a lot of promise. Now, catching has always been an issue for the Nats. Ever since, honestly, the days of Wilson Ramos, he was the last mainstay catcher, and sure, we've had stints of Pedro Severino and Matt Wieters who've kind of brought us.
Don't forget Kurt Suzuki in the playoffs.
Whew, Kurt Suzuki. That Mets game where he walked it off down, down like 9 runs in the ninth, and we came back. Yeah. That was a huge game. But the Caps struggled to find that consistency in Keibert Ruiz, and they've shifted a little bit, especially with Ruiz had that bad concussion last year. Riley Adams and Drew Millis, they started to get the job done at catcher. They were great defensively, and they showed a lot of pop and promise for two guys who didn't get playing time for years leading up to that moment. But those aren't franchise guys, and what Harry Ford represents is a guy who could do it. Yeah, I mean, look, he's trained under Cal Raleigh, you know? He's seen a great catcher at work, and hopefully he can now go apply those same things that he learned over in Seattle and bring it to DC.
Yeah, I think it's just the philosophy. You got to keep getting new guys. You got to get more talent at the positions you need talent at and the positions that you're worried about. And catcher's obviously one of those, as Josh just pointed out. Harry Ford, we don't know if you're going to be good or not. You're not proven yet. You're showing some promise in the minors. Hey, show us what you got. Come to DC, play your best. Come on, man.
And the interesting thing you say about the only thing you could do is keep training players is that's a big question that the Nats are actually facing right now. We're recording this as of Wednesday night. We're pushed back a week, but the Nats are really struggling right now, maybe to figure out, is CJ Abrams or Mackenzie Gore someone that we need to hold on, not just for the next 2 seasons, but are they part of the picture in 5 to 10 seasons? If not, is this the ideal time to trade them? Because the market has shown that it's been hot right now for starting pitching, but also we've seen a lot of position players get moved so far in the offseason, right? And so does Paul Taboni think that CJ Abrams is the franchise shortstop? Does Eli Willits have a factor to play in that? I have no idea what to even make of the mess in DC right now. And I really just hope you can help me break it down.
Yeah, Josh, I think the first question you have to ask when you're debating whether you have to trade all your guys away is, when do you see the Nats making the playoffs? When do you see them having a chance to win a World Series? Do you see it in the next 2 seasons? Do you see it in the next 5 seasons? Personally, I don't see it in the next 2 seasons. I don't see it anywhere near the next 2 seasons. Maybe not in the next 5 seasons. So do you think you're going to be able to re-sign a guy like Mackenzie Gore? Do you think you're going to be able to re-sign CJ Abrams?
And it's definitely not something happening in 2 seasons. But the good news for Nats fans is that's not what these next 2 seasons are about. These next 2 seasons are about management coming in, implementing their vision, creating the scouting and development monster that Taboni had promised us on day one. So I think that in 2 seasons, a viable place, a realistic place for the Nats to be is in 2 seasons. I think that they can be a competitive 500 ball club. And I think that that happens because if you go back and you look at the Nats games last year that they lost, sure, there were some games and stretches in that season where the whole team was downright horrible. But in a lot of games, it was simply a blown save, not capitalizing on bases loaded, no outs, bad base running. It's fixable mistakes. Now we get carried away and we say the Nats are an awful ball club, and I'll be honest, I was incredibly disappointed by them last season. But at the same time, they're MLB level players on the Nats, right? And so with the right coaching, I'm confident that they can figure it out.
Most of the guys are MLB level players, but we're not going to head into
Borderline.
that direction today. But I want to say something that you pointed out, where the Nats are trying, like the next couple of seasons, it's not not the direction that the team wants to go in. Isn't we're going to go win right away. We're going to go win playoff games, and that's kind of the signing that that the Nats made with signing Blake Butera. To be honest, nobody really knows who he is. He's not a known head coach. He really hasn't had any really coaching roles besides maybe a minor league head coaching job. So he's very unproven, and that's what he is. He's coming in to be this guy in our rebuilding system. Maybe if he's good, he'll stick around. But it's to get through the rebuild, to work these guys a little bit harder, and it's just a change of scenery here. And if the Nats get a bunch of good guys and they start to become good, maybe we can go out and get a better head coach, someone who we can get, someone who wants to come to DC. Because right now, Blake Butera is probably one of our better options.
Yeah, so the manager position is so tough to fill because it's what exactly are you looking for? I think I see Blake Butera sticking around. Obviously, it's impossible to make these predictions before we've even seen them play a spring training game. But from what I could tell, and it seems like he and Taboni have a really good thing going with their vision moving forward, right? I think that I see this guy as the leader. Obviously, we don't know, but I'm willing to put all my eggs in his basket right now because I think that he's exactly what the club needed, and I think he'll be a culture changer in DC.
I want to say the same thing as you, Josh, just as a fan who expects the win, the fan who remembers the 2019 World Series. It's just so disappointing that it's come to assigning a head coach with no MLB experience, Josh. I'm going to say this now. Blake Butera is unproven. Blake Butera, he's not the head coach we wanted. Is what we stuck with. He's what we're going to put our trust into.
Manager.
But he's not the guy we wanted. Manager, yes.
Well,
I know it's sad to say, and I'm putting a lot of hate right onto Blake Butera, who we've talked a lot about in the podcast. We say we like the signing. We say we like Blake Butera. I do like him. I do like that we're going young. We're going fresh. Just as a fan, like not as a person who's like talking about the Nats, who knows a lot about the Nats. As a fan of the Nats, it's disappointing.
it's really easy to say that, I think. And obviously, like when you're in a rebuild for as long as we've been in one, we're going into, I believe, technically it's like year 3 or 4 based on when they made the trade. But let's be honest, this is year 6 of a rebuild right now. Last time we had a winning record was 2019. We tanked 2020. It's 2025, almost 2026. So it's really easy to say, oh, the Nats still don't have it together. They're signing these random guys. But Adam, you don't learn to drive in a Lamborghini. There's no point for the Nats to go out and chase a highly touted manager. There's no point in the Nats going out and asking for and giving lots of money to an experienced guy on an experiment, right? You learn to drive in a beat up Honda Civic. And I'm not saying that's what Blake Butera is, but I'm saying you don't need to go out and make all these flashy signings. And I know that a lot of people were saying, oh, Pete Alonso can go to the Nats. That's different. Great players can do a lot to help a team, but I don't think you need to go for elite proven coaches because all coaches come in at such a low level in the league of it. Everyone starts somewhere. I see this as Blake Butera's start to one day winning a World Series. Is it with the Nats? I don't know. But Blake Butera has a way about him that shows me that he's going to take a lot of teams to great heights.
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen what he's got, but I'm really excited for it because he's a fresh, young manager. And when you got fresh, young managers, They get to set their career. It's his chance to set what he's got. He's got this Nats roster who low expectations for him, to say the least. We have low expectations for Blake Butera and the Nats this season. So if he proves us wrong, if he gets a great season with the Nats, great start to his career. I'm really excited for what to see from Blake Butera. A little bit annoyed about us not signing someone bigger, but that's not where we're at right now, and I agree with the move.
And the one thing I'll say is, sure, I'm standing up right now because I'm starting to get excited for baseball season. World Baseball Classic, 3 months away. What was that, like 15 weeks? That's 15
Yeah,
weeks.
a roster just came out. The Nats just got the 11th pick in the 2026 MLB draft. A lot of things
That's
are coming out
huge.
right now, Josh.
But what I will say is, yes, expectations should be generally low, but based on what we saw from the Nats. But we also need to remember that we are going to see a new look Nats this season, all right? Obviously, we all know it's not going to be a season that we finish like 90 and 70 or however many like that's not going to be what the season is. But the team is hungry and the team knows their mistakes. You think that the team is sitting in the offseason right now eating donuts? No. Robert Hassel earlier today posted a video. Robert Hassel's deadlifting in the gym. They're getting at it way before spring training because this team wants to win. It's a young core. And a lot of these guys like Dylan Cruz, who comes from LSU, he comes from a winning culture. So even though he's been a lifelong Nat in the MLB, he's not used to being on a team that doesn't win ball games. James Wood, an amazing player, he's not used to being surrounded by talent that, well, James Wood's probably always been the best on the team that he's been on, at least through the younger parts of his career. What I'm saying is these guys are so used to winning, and when that doesn't happen, it does something internally to them, and this is the moment where players bend or they break. So a lot of players, I think, at this point would unravel. There's the famous picture of Miguel Rojas after he got traded to the White Sox from the Dodgers during their awful 2023 season, where he's like literally just like sitting like depressed in the dugout. But I think the Nats players don't break. They just bend here. And that's why I think that, we've been kind of smushed in a small place, but we break out of it this season. And I'm not calling that we're going to go 500. I'm just saying expectations are low. They're about here. But I wouldn't be surprised if, even if our expectations are here, we got something about here from the Nats, with obviously 500 being maybe right around here.
Yeah, the Nats looking to exceed low expectations for this season. A team with high expectations entering the 2026 campaign. The Philadelphia Phillies, who re-signed Kyle Schwarber to a 5-year, $150 million contract. Josh, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, that's the move, right? Schwarbs is your guy. The Pirates made him an offer. They were going to pay him a ridiculous amount of money. Yeah, Pirates, it's tough what's happening there. But yeah, look, the Phillies, I think they feel the clock ticking. Harper, he's a great player, but soon it's going to start to diminish a little bit. Schwarber too, he's older. And Alec Boehm, you have guys like that. You have a really strong starting pitching rotation, and I think that internal clock is really tick, 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 tick for Phillies fans right now, because every year that they aren't able to progress in the playoffs is another year they've wasted almost without getting their guys rings. Bryce Harper has never had a World Series ring before, and I think, regardless of how I might feel about the guy and a little bit of pent up animosity as a Nats fan, he sure as hell deserves one. And so the Phillies need to do everything that they can right now to win it, because as heartbreaking as it is to follow a terrible team, it's just as heartbreaking and even more heartbreaking to follow a great team that just can't get the job done.
Yeah, it was a big signing for the Phillies. They needed to get him back. He's been a big piece, a big part of the team. I mean, it feels like he hits a home run at least like every 3 games. He's insane. He hits so many
Yeah.
home runs. But I'm a little surprised by the contracts of the two. Schwarber, that's a great amount of money for him. $5 million less in the same amount of years than Pete Alonso. Is that surprising to you, Josh?
Look, I think that it's tough to compare contracts like that because from Schwarber, you're getting a DH. From Alonso, you're getting both sides of the ball, or both sides, you're getting offense, you're getting defense. They both are power guys, but I think it comes down to where a team is at right now. So the Orioles are who need to figure out something, and their new owner, their new front office is absolutely willing to spend, as we've seen. The Orioles need it bad. So they're going to be able to go out and put $155 million on Pete Alonso because they can and because they need it. So comparing contracts is really tough when you're talking about two teams that aren't even in the same league. because teams are just at different spots. But both of the contracts that they received seem really plausible to me.
Yeah, so you don't think that Pete Alonso signing was too little for him? Because I was thinking that $5 million more for Pete feels a little bit like too low rather than Kyle Schwarber. Because we know Kyle Schwarber can get it done. We know Kyle Schwarber's a great home run hitter, but I feel like Pete's just he. I feel like he gets on base a little bit more. He's a little bit more contributing to both sides of the ball. And I don't know, like Pete Alonso's 31. I don't know Kyle Schwarber's age. They're pretty similar ages. They got the same amount of years.
Schwarb's is up there, yeah.
Shore's up there. He's probably around the same age, but I feel like Pete maybe has he's got a little bit bigger name right now. So I would be saying I'm a little bit surprised by the contract there. But honestly, as a Nats fan, pay Kyle Schwarber. I'm not upset about it.
So are you saying that you think Pete Alonso's underpaid in his new $155 million 5-year contract with the Orioles?
I'm not saying he's underpaid. I'm just saying it's surprising that both contracts are so similar.
Yeah, the Schwarber and the Alonso contracts are eerily similar. Those are two guys who are not niche. But last week we asked all of the viewers to drop the most niche names they could think of. We uploaded it to YouTube. We uploaded it to Instagram. We promised you a winner. We have your winners for you. Our winner from YouTube is going to be Ryman_23. Juan Nicasio. Now, this guy was a pitcher. He went all over the place for 10 years. He played the 2010 to 2020 season. Adam, in the spirit of Juan Nicasio, thanks, Ryman, we're going to do a little bit of trivia right now. In 2020, he pitched for the Texas Rangers. All right, I want you to guess what his ERA was that season.
Okay, so 2020 was the COVID season.
It was.
So are you telling me you're gonna go high or low? Because I feel like you're gonna give me like some outrageous number. It's gonna be like 108 or something, or it's gonna be like 0.9. It's something good.
It's not triple digits.
It's something. Can you tell me if it's good or bad?
I can't tell you that.
I'm gonna go 48.
Close, actually. It
wasn't.
It was 40.5. And
yeah, I know you, Josh.
You do. Dinger and Dasher, right? Two peas in a pod. But here's the thing, Adam. He pitched 1.1 innings that season.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
He gave up 6 home runs in 1.1 innings. Now, I'm going to make the claim that if I pitch an MLB game, and I have not played baseball since 3rd grade, I would not give up 6 home runs. And I'll tell you the reason for that. My pitches would not go near the plate.
Okay.
Adam, you can't hit a home run if the ball is rolling into the other batter's box at 3 miles an hour.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
That's all.
All right, so then going on.
We have a winner.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell people the winner?
You know what? I'll announce it.
Announce it. Yeah, go for it.
All right, our Instagram winner goes to Siegel_Eater with Abdubal Herrera.
Wow.
Abdubal Herrera is he's a pretty niche name, I would like to say. It's not too random. It's not too known. Yep. But Abdubal Herrera, a Phillies guy, I mean, we've faced him a lot. We know him very well as a Nats fan recently, who's faced the Phillies a lot.
Not personally.
Oh, not personally, but we know him well from watching him.
Oh, yes, of course. But, yeah, it's crazy because the day we put out that reel, Adam was talking to me about Odubel Herrera, and then a little ping, 8:07 p.m. notification, Siegel Eater comments, Odubel Herrera. That's awesome. You guys are the winners. Ryman_23 and Siegel_Eater.
Congratulations.
Subscribe to Ryman and follow Siegel Eater. He's a dog, avid supporter. Adam, I believe we have one more segment left. Why don't you introduce it to the people?
You guys know it. You guys love it. It's Career Path, where I'm going to tell you where the player played, their position. You're going to tell me the name, Josh. All right. This player did play for the Nationals. All these players play for the Nationals. He played first base mostly, a little bit of left field. All right, so he played from 2012 to 2015. He played for the Washington Nationals. That's where he started his career, and then played one season in 2017 with the Miami Marlins, and that was it for his career, Josh.
That's a little tough. My first thought was Adam LaRoche, but no way. He only played 4 seasons in the big leagues. 5
seasons, Josh. It's a short
5
career.
5 seasons. That is a short career. Oh my God. Not LaRoche. Who played? You said 2012, 2015 on the Nats?
Yeah.
Okay, 2015 is when Zim became the first baseman. So who was there before Zim? Clint Robinson was around, but it's not him. He did not play left. You said they played left field too?
That was their secondary position, left field.
Yeah, Clint Robinson did not make it to the outfield. He pulled a hamstring if he tried. um, who else was around? Tyler Moore was around. The guy. Who was the guy who hit the who like hit the home run? You know the home run where it's like doesn't go over the fence and like they review it, went over the fence and like swings the imaginary bat. Who is
Oh,
that guy?
yeah. I know you're talking
Who is
about.
that guy? It's definitely him. Who is that guy?
Yeah, the big boy running around the bases.
Yeah. Oh, why do I want to say Matt Dendecker? But no, it's not him.
It's a good name though. Good pull.
Oh man, I hate that. Have I? Oh my god, I feel like I'm on it too. My gosh, this is a bad look at him. This might be 2 weeks in a row without being able to come up with the answer.
Do you want a hint?
Nah, that feels against the spirit of the game. But
The hint I'm going to give you, it's not too big. It's not the guy who rounded the bases. It's not him. So I'm going to tell you.
it doesn't really help because I don't know the guy's name.
Yeah, so I'm just going to tell you to stop thinking about that.
All right. Throwing out a name, Tyler Clippard.
Tyler Clippard's a pitcher, Josh.
He played a little bit of ball in the outfield, no?
I would give another guess. Tyler Clippard.
Little leagues, he probably played all the positions.
We're talking about the MLB, Josh. Give me one more guess. You're falling apart here. Come on.
It's bad, Adam. It's bad. It's not LaRoche, but we're gonna throw out LaRoche's name anyway.
It's not Adam LaRoche. It is someone who you said, Josh. It is Tyler Moore.
Oh, give me a break.
You keep saying these names.
Damn week I don't catch a break. Oh my
said-
gosh.
You flopped right over Tyler Moore. Second week in a row that you flop over the name, Josh.
Do I just have hidden ball knowledge? Like, what's going on? Well, not ball knowledge, just Nats knowledge. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna start saying the names that's so bad, Adam.
And that's how we're going to end, guys.
Bad.
That's how we're going to end. Josh is upset.
Adam laughing away, Josh in shambles. It's just another
I got him again.
night.
I got him again.
It's just another night in DC.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. That was our episode, our MLB episode. See you later, boys and girls.